Hello everyone and welcome back to Satisfactory. So I have been playing a lot of Power World lately, but I had to get back into Satisfactory. As you can tell, the onion has taken great shape. It looks very nice. I'd say we're about... I think we're done with the outside structure. I will show you everything that's been going on inside, because honestly, I can't remember if I showed you the manufacturing floor or not. But I think we are about good with the onion here. One thing that I think I probably will do is maybe take out these arms, I guess you could call them, another 10 foundations. I'm not quite sure yet. But wait for our elevator to come down. There it is. It's got a long way to go. So, let us go up to floor number 1, which is going to be the power switch floor. So I did showcase this last time, but I wanted to showcase it again very quickly. This is going to be where our power switches are, so you can tell the fuel generator is off, the TurboFuel production is on. So the TurboFuel production is going to go all the way up. The fuel generator one goes all the way down and out to the rest of the arms, the satellite fuel generator onions. Second is going to be our blender floor. So this is going to be the very bottom floor of the onion here. So I do have a lot of space, as you can tell, down in this area. So I could technically make another floor below this, and I might do that depending on how much room I have. I can't remember exactly what I mapped out whenever I did the foundries, or not the foundries, the refineries, but I think I'm going to have enough room. So that's manufacturing. Let's go back in here. And I do have to figure out exactly what I'm going to do with the pipes. But this is really what I wanted to showcase real quick. And this is, these are all the drone ports. So, excuse me, we have our 4 drone ports down here. You can tell they are named by which they are the active receivers of our sulfur miners that are out in the world, out to the west. So I have 2 pure miners set up with the splitter right on the miner, so I can mine the full 1200 off of the pure node, fully jacked up Mark III miner, and that is going to give us 600 importing into each one of these. So we are going to have a little bit extra, and I'm going to, whenever I start to use the sulfur in the blender area, I'm going to pretty much just siphon that off and just put that into an overflow. So if we do have any overflowing sulfur, it'll be gone. The top one here is actually our batteries. So this is going to be going back and forth to the main hub where the battery production is going to be. It's going to be bringing back batteries, which is going to feed all of these. Now, technically, I do not need a battery station here to go back and feed itself, because the port that it's going to be picking up from should be giving it enough batteries to come all the way back. Now, I could do that, so I could actually probably take a splitter. You know, maybe I will do that. Like, I don't have to do that, but should I? Maybe, just so this never... I should do that, because I never want this facility going down, ever, for any reason. And if it does go down, I'm going to be in deep shit. So let's just throw a block on there. We'll throw a block on the bottom. Delete this guy out, this guy out, this guy out. And we will throw a splitter on this way. Now, this splitter isn't going to be supported, but don't worry. We will take care of that in a second. Mark 5, going in there, and then going like that. So now we have a splitter here at the front. That splitter goes into this one, which is going to split them 2 ways. It's going to split them over this way and then split them over this way. Now, the splitters are kind of clipping through the steel foundations that I have here. I don't really like the look of that, so I might change up this this whole top portion. I honestly, I was doing this and I had an idea and it kind of worked out, but it kind of didn't. And then I didn't really like the way that it finally came together and the final look that I got from it. So I might change this up. I might not. It really does depend on how I feel about the whole thing. Because even if I wanted to support that right there, I'd probably have to support it down and have it tie up with this one in the bottom. So I might work on this a little bit more, change this up. Regardless, I need these 4 drone ports up here because each one of them is going to be giving us our 600. I thought I could potentially merge 2 of them together. This actually doesn't look too bad with this splitter unsupported. It doesn't look terrible, but it doesn't look great. And then this top one with the batteries, I had to really figure out how to get the batteries in each one of these. So I even thought about potentially putting these drone ports out here off to the very back side where we have our water generators, or our water extractors, having each one of those 4 ports down there, and then having the belts come all the way out and up. The problem with that is we're kind of maxed on space at the bottom, and we really only have the top to come in. So I do like the way that these look, though, on the bottom here. They're kind of clipped through a little bit of the foundation, but they look good. Oops. Well, they all look good except for that one that literally doesn't have the thing that I'm talking about on it. We gotta go like that, and then we go like this. So there's a slight amount of clipping, but it looks structural. It looks fundamentally structural, so I like it. Looks good. I just do not like the way that this top one came together. So maybe I will change that up. Maybe I'll try and get the batteries to not be up so high. You know, why don't we workshop that today? Why don't I work on this a little bit? So, number 1, the electric down here is just horrendous. Let's go ahead. I don't like it. I don't like the way this top one looks. I don't like anything about it. Goodbye. Goodbye. Looks bad. Looks in the way. I did this late at night, and it was just one of those things where you're doing it just to get it done. You're not doing it for a purpose, and that's why I always say I can only play Satisfactory for like an hour-ish at a time, because I do really need that time to look over my builds, think about my builds, make sure that everything not only looks structurally sound, but it looks good, and it's something that I'm going to be happy to showcase. And this is going to be one of my main builds for the entire playthrough, because it's going to give us pretty much all the power for the rest of the playthrough. So, I do kind of like this here. Each one of the sulfurs coming out and then immediately going down. Number 1, it gives us some room to take the batteries upward, or come from the top down, so that's good. I just don't like the way that it ended up being. So, I'm going to propose that we try something else here. We're gonna do this first. Let's go ahead and let's get this on the bottom of this. There we go. Where's our large support pillar? That. Okay. So that gives us power there. The thing I don't like about this large support pillar being right in the middle is like the elevator comes up and then you're just walking into this. I don't really need anything up here other than a way to easily access the roof. Maybe we do this a different way. Like, I didn't hate this. I didn't hate this look. It kind of gives us a little bit more space to work with, I guess. I could still do... Do I want to do the concrete pillar? Maybe I could do the big frame pillar. How does this look? Not too bad. I think the problem with this big... yeah, the problem with that one is going to be that the inside of that big frame pillar is it's actually blocked off, so you can't really build anything inside of it. Down, down, down. Down. Up slightly. There we go. Now, I want to see how this looks. Like that. Because if this does what I want it to do here, and we're almost out of cable. We're gonna have to run back to the store to go get some. See, that looks good right there. That looks nice. And then you link that bad boy up, and it looks pretty good. So I do like that. Big fan. Big fan of that. We're gonna have to put something better here. Let's put a Mark II. And then gonna have to put a Mark I back there. So I like that. That looks... It looks nice. But now, how do I get that to look structural with the other drone port that has to come on top? And then I'm going to face the same issue that each one of those batteries... Maybe not. If I did something like this. I've done this before on a different playthrough. So where's the front? This is the front, right? Yeah, this is the front. This one should be getting it from there. Or wait a minute. Let's put this like this. And this should be right angle then. Or no. 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 Not gonna do that. Okay. Alright, alright, alright. Let's just do what I wanted to do at the beginning. Splitter here. That's going to be coming from that way. Then this splitter is going to be coming from this way. This should be... Oh, man, this still isn't straight. Splitter needs to be... here? I wonder if that's gonna work. Is that straight? Yes? That looks straight. Is this high enough to walk under? Yeah, it is. Okay. Okay, so that doesn't look bad. But we're going to have an issue, and it's going to be the same exact one that we just had over there. Yep, we need each one of these to not be attached that way. It's like, do you want the chicken or the egg, right? Because this... Okay, that is extending all the way in there. Let's attach these at the bottom, or at the top, instead of the bottom. Because that, you can tell that it's, should be working because it's all the way extended in. If it wasn't, you can... I'm pointing at my screen and you guys can't see where I'm pointing, but I keep doing it. So if you look right to the right of my mouse, like right here, whenever the conveyor lift is actually extended like that, that means it is connected to whatever it's supposed to be connected to. If it was if it looked like short and stubby, that means it would not be connected. So the way I'm gonna have to do all of these is I'm actually gonna have to take all of these out just slightly to here, raise them up to the correct level, and then we're going to have to connect them like this. You can also tell if they're connected if you hear that little kind of ping sound, like this, how it's kind of pinging. That means it is snapping, and I'll show you on this next one exactly what I mean. So we're gonna have this one. Oh, maybe I don't need to show you guys that because this one's gonna be the last one in the cycle. So we'll come in from the top here on this. I might have to change up the orientation of this just depending on how that works. But it's gonna come in, it'll split, it'll split, it'll split, it'll split. But we'll be having hopefully 9 full stacks come into this area every single time. So we should be fine. Now, how exactly do I want to position this? Because I don't really like that. It's not in the middle, so it's not symmetric. However, this might be the best way to do it because the batteries are going to come out right there. Let's see. Yeah, if the batteries come out right here and I change that splitter, I should be able to go down and straight in. So I think this is how I'm going to have to do it. However, I'm not going to just do it like that because I don't like it. Let's get our normal frame. Put this guy down like this, and unfortunately, I'm gonna have to disconnect this line and reconnect it because it's a little too short. Not there. Go up, and then down, 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 down. So you can tell it was kind of like that. Shouldn't be like that. I like them like... I like my power lines like this. Just gonna upgrade it. There we go. Everything has power again. And now... take this port. Uh-oh. Oh, come on. You can do it. Now, if I take this port and I get it right to the edge there. How? All right, let's check. Nope, not the roof piece. I want this. Thank you. This inverted frame looks nice there. Didn't mean to put 2 of them. It kinda... oh. See, that's why I don't like that right there. So it kind of... It's almost like it needs to go back slightly more. Like, it needs to go back one more thing, one more space. Which... Let's put these down. That. Well, I don't really like the way that one looks, or this one, so we need to get, actually, the corner piece, the frame inside, I think it's this one. Frame ramp corner? Is that what I need? Don't know. Regardless, it needs to be inverted. This one. Leave. It is that one. Because that should... yeah. That should link everything up nicely. Like this. Okay. And now what I'm thinking is if I can get this to be back one... Actually, maybe like that? Is that right on? Yeah, that's right on. So before I had it lined up to where the ladder was actually interfacing with this edge, it needs to be this, the actual inputs and the outputs. So this guy needs to be changed around. It needs to come in from that side, and we need to go 1, 2, 3, I believe. 4? 4. I meant 4. Okay, so you hear it clipping there? That little ding, and then you can hear it again whenever it goes down to the bottom. That also means that we are synced up, and we're synced up and locked in. Alright, here we go. Ooh, that's gonna be an issue. Where is it? Stay with me here. Stay with me. How can I do this? I think the inverted frame is not what we want. I think we want to go with this. Frame ramp inverted instead. Maybe not. Let's see. How... So the issue right now is whenever I go to lock this baby on and go down, it cannot go directly into that splitter, which is not good. However, I don't think that's going to be an issue because I actually need to bring this over and it needs to go into there. And then we need to put a splitter right here. So that way, this drone port is going to feed itself. Now, if I wanted to, I could I guess, go down like this, and that might work. Problem here is I don't want that. I don't want that. We're going to go like that, I think. And will this lock in? Should. We're a little far away. That's fine. Boom. Locked in, locked in. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to rebuild this. Sometimes you got to rebuild the lifts after you do this, just because they do not work for some unknown reason. So now the batteries are all coming down there. We're not clipping there, which is nice. I did want to actually take the elevator and put it all the way up top and kind of go into this section. I thought that would have looked kind of nice. Unfortunately, I don't think it's going to work out that way. Then I think this is going to... It's going to clip right through there. But you got to ask yourself, how much clipping can you deal with personally? It's a good question. It's a fair question. Does it look better if it's this one? I don't think so. I don't think so, because then we're going to have that support beam going right through it. I would maybe like to have those inverted ramp frames on the edges. Maybe let's do that. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. Delete that. Delete this and delete this, and then we will put on the ramp inverted. Go. Come on. Here we go. And like so. And then let's grab this as well. This is more for completeness right there. I want to see what the look is like once it's in. Let me see. Nope. Do not like those. And I'm not particularly a fan of this either. I don't think it does a lot for us. Like, I feel like I need this splitter to be supported somehow. Because originally I had them kind of interacting with the ceiling, which is fine. I like that. You know what? I might be okay with it. I might have to just say I'm okay with it and hope for the best. Because this is going to look terrible no matter what I do. The electrical line that's going to be coming off of here. So last time, I actually had this like this, and that doesn't look too bad. I kind of like that. And then I had it going all the way down and basically interfacing with this. And looking like it's going through. Where's that going? Oh gosh, that's going down. Don't want that. See, this is still rough. This, getting the electric down there. Also, the way that this is kind of right now, it kind of looks like this drone port is very unsupported. It does not look super structural like these ones do. So what do we do here? I mean, honestly, I could just take this and have it go like that, but I don't like that either. I think this is better than what I had before. This is definitely better than what I had before. So this is going to be an active receiver, batteries, to TurboFuel, TBF, excuse me. Sorry about that. Pioneer of the planet. Snoot, please pick me to be participating in the beta. Oh my gosh, I didn't even tell you guys. I mean, I'm sure everybody knows that's watching this right now, because you have to be a Satisfactory fan to know. We got a roadmap to update 1.0 gold status, which is awesome. So currently the game is in alpha right now, which means that it does not have all the features in it. Maybe I'll make a quick video about this explaining. If you haven't watched Snoot's video, I mean, his video is hilarious and very well done, as always. So the game is going to move into the beta phase. They actually had two different development teams at Coffee Stain Industries. One working on the updates, the update 4, 5, 6, whatever, and one working on final game, update 1.0. So they actually branched those two teams off, and they weren't really working together. Now they have merged those teams again to really put all their efforts into 1.0, which is awesome because the 1.0 team is like almost there. And the update team, who just updated the Unreal Engine, has obviously been working on that. So I think they're going to have a really quick transition, at least I hope, to update 1.0, which will go into the beta phase, which is freaking sweet, and I can't wait. They're going to have a very limited amount of beta testers. You can go sign up on the website to try and be one, and they ask you, like, how many hours have you played? What tier are you at? Blah, blah, blah. How many hours do you play a week? And I really wanted one of the questions to say, like, upload a picture of your Steam hours played, because that's how we'll pick people. And I'd be like, dude, I almost have 2,000 hours in this game right now. So I think I might actually be... Hang on. I'm going to bring up my Steam account real quick. Where am I on Satisfactory? Oh, I'm close. I'm close. I'm at, like, I thought I was at 2,000. I'm at, like, 1,500. So, like, another 500 hours. I mean, easy. That's, like, a couple weeks. I'll probably be at 2,000 hours by the time I'm done with this GD fuel generator plant. But anyways, they're going to have a very limited amount of spots. You're going to have to sign an NDA. You're not going to be able to... You'll be able to film stuff, but you cannot upload it. So I'll probably record myself doing the entire beta test and my thoughts on it, but I will not put it up until we have the green light to do that, and then I'll put it on a separate playlist. And be like, hey, this was my experience with the beta test. This is all the cool shit that's coming to 1.0, but 1.0 will probably already be released by the time we're allowed to do that. If I get picked, Snoot, pick me. If you're watching this video, tag Snoot or tag him on Instagram, or... I got rid of my Twitter because it was annoying, so, like, tag him on Instagram for me or something. I need somebody to tell Snoot that I really want to be a beta tester, and I feel like I know the game enough and I know the mechanics enough to do that. So anyways, that's the big news. I'm very excited about it, as you can tell. I cannot wait for update 1.0 because it's going to be awesome. And I don't know if I will create a new save or I'll kind of keep this save going, but it'll be interesting to see exactly what they do with update 1.0 and how it's going to influence my overall game style and my overall play style. But it'll also be interesting to see what new stuff is going to be added. Like, are they going to add some game-breaking thing? Like, obviously all my mods are gonna break, so whenever update 1.0 is released, I'll have to wait a while till the mods are all done and updated, and then I'll probably keep this world going just because I really like it so far, and I think I've done the best job that I have ever done playing Satisfactory and making things look nice. So I'll probably keep this world going. I'll see what happens with update 1.0. Maybe I'll want to restart again. But we also think that phase 4 is going to be toned down, like instead of this many for all this stuff, maybe like 1,000 of each or something like that. And then we'll have hopefully tiers 9 and 10, which I'm really hoping is going to be like SAM ore, teleportation, some cool stuff doing with SAM ore, and kind of making nuclear like more necessary. Because right now you don't need to do nuclear at all. I mean, this TurboFuel facility is going to give me 150 gigawatts, something like that. And if I go into straight nuclear and use uranium, I'll have like, I don't know, 300 gigawatts or something like that. And I think the teleportation should take a crazy amount if we do get there. Like, teleporting, if you can teleport items, it should be insane, the power draw. It should be like, I don't know, at least, I would say 10 gigawatts every time something's teleported, something like that. But anyways, let's get back to it. I'm actually happy with this top portion now. So I am happy with the top portion. And I think, I don't have any power here. Let's actually upgrade one of these to a Mark III. Do that one. Just so I have a little bit more range. Now, let's grab one of these and go up, 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 up. Where can I make refineries? That's my question, because the entire top floor is pretty much refineries. That's unfortunate that I don't have any encased industrial beams. I'm almost out of range. That was close. I think... Oh, no! 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 Come on. Come on, lock me back in. Thank you. Alright. I'm gonna have to... Yep. Dang it. I'm gonna have to bring power over here. Oop. I'm just gonna put a temporary one up. Grab this. Okay. Now, for our refinery, whenever I did my testing, I did have it starting pretty much right there. So I gave myself a little bit of room to... Got to turn it around. To have the pipes come in. So I'll probably have the pipes go all the way to the top here, follow the roof, and then come down. And I had this phasing through about... Actually, where are we at in terms of window? Okay, there's the window. Let's try this way. Might have been more like that. Back it up one, go over one, and then let's whip it around. Obviously can't place these because I don't have any encased industrial beams, but that's fine. And I had it, I think, like this. So the smokestack's going to be popping out of the roof, and I kind of like it. It's a good look. So what we need to do is have our first floor pretty much be this entire floor right here. So what do we want to make this? I don't think I want to make it these glass frames. Maybe I do. That's what's down here, right? Yeah. I don't think I want to make it the glass frames. I think I want to make it the actual glass frame foundation. So that way I kind of have a middle line. And when I'm doing these, I'm actually going to be placing these slightly off because it is going to help me get the refineries in and have them all looking uniform and straight. So I'm going to be doing an offset to each one of these. Okay, goodbye, thank you. Anytime you want to reconnect, that'd be great. Yeah, this mod's a little finicky. Those are going to be temporary, of course. We We need a lot of refineries coming in here. A lot. What are you doing in the trash, man? Apollo just, like, walked in here and just shoved his face in my trash can for some reason. There's nothing in there. There actually are some chocolate wrappers in there, which could be bad. Don't know why. He's never tried to get into my trash before. At least in my room. Another one of these over here. I also have it written down how many refineries I need. Oh my goodness. This mod with the extended range for the hover pack. Like, I swear, sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. Like, sometimes it'll be like, oh yeah, you can go so far, and then you just completely run out of electricity? Wireless range, I guess? It's a good mod, don't get me wrong. I just think it needs some updates. See, because I should be connected to it right now as I'm falling. Because it's a Powerline Mark III. Like right here, I should be connected to it, but I'm not. Like, this is definitely not out of the range. I think you get like 100 meters. Or something like that, or like 125. But this first floor here will give us enough range to hopefully make it get everything we need around the factory. So I'm hoping that we can get all the refineries in on this top floor. I actually don't think I'm going to export the so I brought water up here, right? There's a lot of water that's coming up here, and the original idea was for me to export plastic. Plastic, rubber, and fabric. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that, because I don't know if I'm going to have enough room to run a plastic line down the center of this. I mean, in a perfect world, I would have enough room to run a plastic line after it comes out, plastic, fabric, rubber, whatever. I'd have enough room to, like, run it all the way down, which maybe I will. I mean, there is a decent amount of room right here, definitely enough for a floor hole. So I could run plastic down one side, maybe rubber down the other, but then once I get to the bottom, like, what am I going to do? There's not really any room down here to do anything. And plus, then we're going to be running into the pumps and running into all the electrical lines and that kind of stuff. And then all the way at the bottom, I could find a way around the electrical lines. I really could. I could probably find a way around... I could even probably find a way around all this. Have the drone ports come... to at least have one drone port out there. I don't know. I'm bringing up a crap ton of water to make the plastic, and I don't need it now. If I'm just going to sink the polymer resin that's coming out. The extra polymer resin. That's a byproduct. What do I do? What do I do? Do I sink that stuff? Or do I run the product? Or do I still make the plastic and then sink it? For, like, some extra points. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll make the plastic anyway, so that when I'm using up all the water that I brought in, but then I just sink the plastic. And eventually, I'll make myself a designated plastic, rubber, fabric facility that will do all of that for us. Okay, so this is looking good so far. Now, let me go to our handy-dandy Satisfactory calculator. Production planner. Now, I had this saved for a really long time, but it's not in here now. So you guys aren't going to see anything happening on my screen, and I apologize for that. But we're going to be making 4,500 TurboFuel. And then on our options for alternate recipes, sorry, heavy oil residue just popped up. And we are going to be doing turbo blend fuel is going to be 1. Then we're going to be heavy oil residue is going to be the other. And then what else do we need after heavy oil residue? I can't remember. I think we need diluted fuel. Diluted fuel. Not diluted package fuel. Just diluted fuel. Okay, so that's all 3 of those created. So, we need, let's see, 112.5 refineries making our heavy oil residue. Which, 112.5 divided by 2.5, because we're going to shard these bad boys up, we need 45 of those. And then we need another, let's see, 18.8 refineries divided by 2.5. We need another, like, 8 making petroleum coke. And then we also need the blenders making our diluted fuel, which is going to be 15 divided by 2.5, which is 6. We need 6 blenders. So, we need 45 refineries making heavy oil. I'm going to write... Why am I not writing this down in my handy-dandy notebook? So that way I don't have to look this up again. My last note in here is rename E6 to quartz base. I don't know what that means. Okay, so our heavy oil residue, our HOR, not HOA, we need 45 refines. And then our PC, our petroleum coke, we need 18.8 divided by 2.5. We need about 8 refines. And then for our diluted fuel, we need 6 blenders. And then for making our turbo blend fuel, we need 100 blenders. Making that, divide that by 2.5, gets us down to 40. So this is why we need those extra floors here that I was talking about. Because blenders, number one, are thick. They are freaking thick. They're big boys. They chonks. It's going to... When I first did this setup in Creative, I got all of the refineries on one level and all the diluted fuel onto one level. So, if we're doing that, that should mean that we will be taking petroleum coke, fuel, the heavy oil residue, and the sulfur all down to the floor of 40 blenders. And I can't necessarily make any of those refineries right now, or the blenders. So, we have our setup. We have our planned setup here to make all of that. Let's see, could I... What are the odds that I can actually get 2 stacks of blenders in here? Because I could have two floors of 20 each. That wouldn't be that bad, and I think I can. Because these things aren't really that tall. They're thick. They're thick on the sides, but they're not that tall. Oh yeah, I could definitely have 2 floors of 20 instead of 1 floor of 40. We'll have to see how it goes. Okay, well, I didn't get as much done as I wanted to today. Unfortunately, I'm going to be restricted by the encased metal beams, of course, and the cable that I need to go back to the main facility and get. We did revamp the drones on top, and I got to showcase those, and they look really nice. So next time, I'm hopefully going to start working on the top floor of this, and I'm going to be getting all the refineries in, and I'll hopefully have everything set up and ready to go so we can just spam those bad boys as quickly as possible, color code them like I like to do everything, and then make sure everything is going to run consistently, which sucks with fluids. So we will do our best. I'll see you next time. Thanks for coming. And once again, tell Snoot that I really want to be in the beta testing. Please. Thanks, guys. I'll see you next time.